guitar, baby. Well, welcome back to Mojo Shop Guitar. How y'all been? I got a little surprise for you today. Yep, sure do. Had a customer bring in an extra special guitar. You know, it's a nice one. Let's see. Well, it's right down here in this case. Well, look at that. What could it be? Let's see. What's the case? Oh, it says something on the case. Does that say Epiphone? Well, you know what? It looks like it's got some fingerprints and stuff, man. Looks like it needs to be here. We're getting, you know, it needs a little help. The owner of this called me up the other day. He says, I just got this guitar off of Reverb. It's a little 2011 something. And he says, I need it all cleaned up. Little Epiphone. You need it all cleaned up. You want to get some mojo in it. I said, well, come on, bring it on over. So, let's see what we got in here. A little sad. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. We got one down here. And you know, we got that one around the back there. Hey. All right, what do we got? Let's see what we got in here. What, did I miss one? Ah, it was just tough to get open. Oh, look at that. Oh. Ooh, look at that. That's a gold top. Yeah, look at that. That's got the zebra pickups in it and stuff like that. Ooh, yeah. Look, she's doing real good. He says this needs some mojo put in it. It looks like it's got a pretty good head start on it. I'll just do my part, get it all sounding sweet in the sweet spot. All the notes playing perfectly up and down that neck. Oh man, she'll be buffed and looking shiny like she ain't never shined or played before in life. And then she's going to have a video too, so it's going to be extra special. Tell you what, let's take this one out of the case and get it up here and take a little bit better closer look at it. Well, there she is. She sure is a looker. Nice little black pick guard on it. And it's got some knobs on there that, man, wish I could see that a little bit better. See those knobs? I don't think those are stock. We'll soon find out. And I don't think that pick guard is either. I'm not sure. I looked at some of these and it's hard to tell. But I'll tell you one thing. I don't care if it's stock or not. It's sweet. Look at that. That's a really nice color combination. Look at that nice fretboard. With binding up the side. Oh yeah. Nice bone nut. Beautiful headstock. I like that kind of goldish yellow printing on there. And you know, it's got a whole lot of character to it. It's a classic guitar. Trapezoid inlays. Looking real good. Let's turn it around. Ooh. Looking good on the backside too. Has that worn look to it. And that's a real nice piece of wood there. Look at that. It's got some real nice figuring in it and stuff like that. Ooh, real nice back of the neck. It's been played a little bit. And of course it has the limited edition Epiphone custom shop. And what is that right there? Why, them's Grovers. Nice Grovers too. Look at that. No, this is a top of the line Epiphone. 2011 Traditional Pro. Nice guitar. But it needs some mojo. You know, it may not have been touched, set up in any way since it left the factory. You know, even one of these needs to be gone over. Need to get it so it's just sweet. I don't imagine it's going to take a whole lot to get it where she needs to be. But we're going to have it in the sweet spot, and it's going to play. It's going to become somebody's What's going to become this guy's favorite go-to guitar, I'm telling you right now. It's going to be a sweet. We say we take it over the bench, get started on her. Get her done. Yep, we're going to put some mojo in it. Woo! Alright, well here we are over at the bench here, and you know, this is, I'm just getting a good look at this thing, and man, I tell you one thing, you know, it sure is beautiful. You know, it looks like it's had a few aftermarket parts. I'm pretty sure these are not factory knobs right here, you know. And this pick guard, that's suspect too. Along with this right here, everything that I've seen of these, they all had matching white trim, you know. So, and this had the gold knobs on it. So I don't know what's going on here. But anyway, the serial number all matches up and stuff, but it's got a beautiful, look at that beautiful back on it. Look at that, just amazing. And you know, it's got the Grovers on the back there. Look at those suckers there. Look at that neck, man. That neck's even got some nice wear to it. You know, somebody's been playing this. But it needs to, you know, it's a 2011, so it's, you know, it's 11 years old, you know. So it needs a going over. It needs a going over. It needs some love. One of the things that I noticed is that there's a funny tilt to the, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a funny tilt to that rear pickup back there, the bridge pickup. It's tilted sort of the opposite way it should be. It's not tilted with the strings, it's sort of against the strings. So we're going to get in there, we're going to take a look at that and see what's going on with that. But the first thing that we want to do is we want to take the strings off of it and kind of get it apart. And then we'll start with the body, and we'll go through all the electronics and stuff like that. We'll check out the pickups and just kind of go over it. And, you know, we'll get started on it. You know, we're going to hit it from head to toe, so it doesn't really matter where we start. You know, we just got to get it in. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and we're just going to start taking it apart. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we'll take the strings off it. Got to get out the old, get out my tools. There we go. Take the strings off it. Looks like somebody, you know, like it's been taken pretty good care of. You know, it's got a nice little set of Grovers on the back here. Doesn't got too many biffs on it or anything like that. I don't see anything where it looks like it's messed up. Yep, nice little guitar. Had to look these up ahead of time, and you know, it's a $400 guitar. $450 right in there. Yeah. You know what? We got them loosened up a little bit. Okay, got them loosened up a little bit. I don't like to cut the strings when they're tight, but we're just gonna go ahead and cut these right off here. We'll put a new set of strings on it. My trusty. There we go. Forgot I gotta give it. So you know when you cut the strings, you clamp down on it, you get down there, and then you give it a little twist, and she'll pop right up. For those big fat ones. There we go. All right. We'll just take the tail piece right off here. We'll take all these strings and shove them through. And we'll just take these and wind them up real careful, you know. Give them a couple winds like that. We'll throw them in the garbage. Alright, let's get the ones off. Let's get them off the top up here. Let's see. Strings off the top. You know, when you're taking the strings on and off and stuff like that, you want to try to be careful not to scratch up the headstock, you know. It can be, you know, sometimes those strings get moving around there and twist around and it scrapes right across the thing. You know, it's inevitable, but, you know, you want to keep it to a minimum, so. And the last thing I want is for somebody to say, hey, man, my guitar didn't have a big scratch, you know, what are you doing, you know. Guitar killer. But, yeah, I try to take good care of them. Treat them real good. You know, because these, you know, guitars here, you know, this belongs to a customer, and, you know, it's important to them, you know, they like their stuff, so gotta make sure we take good care of it. Alright, so we got a few things right down there. We'll take this bridge off there. See how that comes off there? That comes off there real nice. It says, whoops. Let's get on here. Alright, there we go. Back in the shot again. That right there, that says Epiphone on it. You can see, so that's the original Epiphone part. What's this one saying on the bottom? Hey, that says Epiphone 2 right there on the bottom. You know, it's not a real heavy bridge, but it does have a little bit of weight to it. And you can see that it has the little locking tabs on the inside there that lock right out of the post real nice. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to take these all out too, these posts. Because we're going to give this a good clean and a good polish and stuff like that. So, I tell you what we're going to do is we're going to take this apart from head to toe. We're going to get it all right down to its bare knuckles, pretty much. No, not completely. But we're going to get it right down to where we like it. So, we'll be right back after we do that. Okay, we're back. I decided I'm going to take a little bit different plan with this whole guitar right here. We're not going to go tearing everything right down right quick. But what I am doing is I went over and we're just going to do our little check where we go over everything. You know? So I went over I had the guitar turned over. We went over and we made sure that all the screws on the back of the tuners were tight. And what I do is I go through and I give the tuners just a turn, and I'm trying to see if they're all pretty much turning about the same difficulty, you know, and I don't want any ones that are to be real floppy or easy to turn, and I want a little bit of resistance and stuff on them. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to come across the front here, and we're just going to kind of make sure that they're tightened up across the front here. But we don't want them too tight, but they should be taut, and these feel like they're tightened down pretty good. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we'll take this truss rod cover off. So we are definitely going to be wanting to get down in here. Check this out right down here. Make sure everything's copacetic in here. We don't have a guitar that's got the truss rod maxed out or something like that. There we go. Let's see what that looks like right down in there. Man. Okay, it's in there a little bit. Let's see. Is this the wrench for it? Nope. But anyways, we'll have to see what's going on with that. Anyway, we got that off there. These are all tight and nice and good shape. So now the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna flip over. Come on back down here, people. Come on back down here. All right. I think the next thing we're gonna do is we are going to get a drink of coffee. Ha ha. Let's see. I think the next thing I want to do is I want to take these pickup covers off. Take these pickups, especially this back one. I want to see what's up with this thing. Why is it sitting all funky? So we got to investigate that. Because that is not the way a pickup's supposed to sit in there. And I hear these are supposed to be some special double wound, you know, extra winds on one. They're not exactly the same pickup here, you know. One's just a little bit different than the other one. Some nice long screws even on the short side there. Usually the screws are a little bit shorter on the front than they are on the back. These are all the same all the way around. Okay. So I'd like to take these pickups out of here so that you can get in there and wipe around real good. Everything nice and clean. And you know, you gotta look at everything. You can't just assume that, oh, this is right and that's right and that's right. You know, you can't. You just gotta go through and you gotta look at everything because things might not be as they appear. Epiphone USA. Yeah, nice little pickup. Yep. Okay. So let's get a towel over here. Oh, t-shirt. Put that right there. Lay that one down. Looks like somebody's been in here and done some shielding. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. That looks like that's, wonder why that's like that. That don't look very good. Let's see what the front looks like. It's got Chinese writing in there, right? So fake. He's been duped. No, I don't think so. I wouldn't say Epiphone on the back of that pickup if it was a fake. They sure ain't putting no Epiphone pickups in there, and they ain't gonna fake that. Well, they could, but they not gonna spend the money on it because it's not something you see. The only thing they put fake on there is a Gibson up here on the top, you know. And they, you know, they might fake an Epiphone, but let's see what's under here. All right. Another one. El Nico 4s. Yep. Zebra coil. Bridge. Zebra coil neck. Lots of wax and stuff like that on it. See, this one's setting all right. That one's got a nice little, it's got the nice, you can't hardly see it, but it's, you know, it's got the joint, the neck joint's where it's supposed to be. Everything looks copacetic in there. Everything looks cool. Okay, so we're just going to set that one right back in there like that. Good thing that goes over there, because that's kind of a hack job right there, ain't it? Alright, we're going to put that right, set that one right back in there. Now I want to look at this one, see what the heck is going on with this. This just don't seem right. Like the... No, why don't that sit in there right? I don't like how that sits. Let's just sit like that. Alright, well I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to see if I can get to the bottom of why this thing ain't sitting in the ring right. And I'll be right back. Alrighty, we went ahead and we got the pickups put back in there. I got it so that the one is sitting in the way that's supposed to. So that's not messed up anymore. We made sure that everything was, we got them all in there real nice. All the screws are nice and everything are tight. We adjusted the pickups just a little bit. And now we're going to flip it over and we're going to see what the electronics look like in the back here. We're at least going to go through here, take a peek at them, clean them up a little bit, make sure everything's right back here. This has got that beautiful kind of a worn finish to it. It's really, it's kind of satin back. It really is beautiful. And you know, while I'm back here, I'm going to make sure that I tighten up all the screws on things and stuff like that, you know. Make sure everything is just the way it should be. Have that right there. What do we got there? Why, that looks like a switchcraft switch to me. The push pulls right down here. Okay. And those are CTS pots. Yes, sir, they are. 500K CTS pots for the tone. Push pulls for the volumes. Everything looks real nice in there. So all we are going to do is we're going to give it a little cleaning. We're going to spray some of our cleaner in there. And you know how we do that. We spray a little bit right in there where the right in the top right there of the controls. of the other pot right there. We get a little bit of cleaner in there, and then we take the knob and we go back and forth with it about a zillion times. You know, just make sure that, you know, everything is cool on it. So we're going to go ahead and do that right there. We're going to put a little bit right in here. There's not really a whole lot we can do with the push-pull pots. Now see, that pot is a little bit loose. And there, I don't like that. See, that's moving around a little bit. So we're going to have to get in there. We're going to have to get that one taken. Anybody else loose? You know, we're going to have to take these knobs off here anyway. Yep. And then we'll get a little bit of cleaner in there. Alright. And then we'll spray a little bit in the other one. And we'll give that one a good rubbing around. They like that stuff. And it keeps everything lubricated so that you don't have any noise when you're turning it up. Stuff like that, you know. And we're going to put a little bit in this one right down here too. We're going to shoot just a little bit in the side case here. There's a little hole right there. You can get a little bit of juice in there. It's going to run right in top of there. Yeah. And there's a little hole right in the back there too. You get just a little in there. You want to be careful with this stuff. Just a little shot right in there. That's all you need. Oh yeah. Dribble a little bit in there. And you can feel that free up as soon as you put it in there. Just about. Oh yeah. And that's what you want. You want knobs that are going to last you a while and be nice and free and clear. Okay? And we'll take just a little bit and we're going to squirt it down in here. And we will flip this back over this way. You don't usually have too much trouble with stuff like that. See, those volumes did just feel real good. But we're going to have to get in there and tighten up that one. We got to take these knobs off because that one pot's just not right. So, what we're going to do is we're going to pull those up right there. And, man, those suckers are on there. Which one was loose here? And we'll just work on that one. There's one back here. Yeah, that one's tight. So it's this one right here that's not cooperating. So what we're going to do is we're going to take do our little trick here. We'll put our rag underneath there, like that. Okay. Put a piece of rag underneath there. And all the way up underneath there. And then we can pull right up on that. Oop, there we go. Pops right off. Now we get in there and tighten that up. Because that's the right thing to do. And this guitar comes complete with the little finger bleeders. You know, I like those things. They add a little bit of a touch of class to your guitar, you know. Oh yeah, that was quite a bit loose. Gee, trying to get that tight without the pointer turning too. I think we got it. Get that all tightened down. Now we're going to make sure this is on 10. 10's all the way turned up right there. And right there we go. Put that right back down on there. Alright, we're good to go. Alright. So, we went through the back of these electronics. Got everything looking good back here. Everything lubed up. I think we can go ahead and button these back up, and we'll be right back when we're on to the next step. Alrighty, we got our covers back on in the back, and now we're just going to make sure that this input jack, the screws are nice and tight on that, and that the nut is good and tight, so we don't have any accidents there. Take our pliers and we'll give that a turn, see if that's good and tight. It needed just a little bit. It was in pretty good shape. And we check our big screwdriver here and check our strap buttons. Make sure they're nice and tight. That one's nice and tight. And this one should be nice and tight because I already had it off once. Yep, good and tight. Alright. Those old tools out of the way here. Okay, the next thing I think we're going to do, let's see. We went ahead and we lubed everything up here. Everything's straight. Got the pickups where we want them. Got the headstock all tightened up and stuff. I think it's time to go hit the neck, isn't it? Yep, it is. It's time to hit the neck. So what we're going to do, we're going to clear up some of these tools. I don't need all this stuff anymore. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to get out our straight edge and our little tiny. Let's come on down this end here. We're going to work on this end of the neck down here. So we need to move on down. Let's see. Let's get in there. All right. This is where we need to be. Looks like it. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to, you know, I wanted to explain something too. You see how this has got notches on it? Well, you know, I made this out of a straight edge. You know, actually it was a drywall T-square. You know, cut a piece of it out. It's got a nice straight edge on it. But I cut the notches in it. Well, you know, I don't use the notches anymore because that was made to set it on your board like this. You know, and I don't do that anymore. Because, you know, I don't care if the wood is flat. I really don't. I want to know what the frets are doing. I want to know where the frets are sitting. So, what I do, you know me, take my little tiny floppy feeler gauge there. That's the thinnest one you can possibly get, like a hair. And I'll take my straight edge and I'll set it right across the top of the frets. And what I'll do is I'll go across here with the feeler gauge and I'll feel on top of each one of these frets. And I want to know if the feeler gauge is going to go underneath any of these. That'll tell me if my neck is straight, flat, what it is. Now see, I got a little bit high on there. I got a little bit of gap on this end right here, and then it gets high in the middle, and then it gets just a little bit looser towards the front bottom. So I think I need to loosen my truss rod a little bit. So let's try this one right here. No, that's not it. You just gotta mess around till you find the right Allen wrench. Tell you what, I will be right back when I find my wrench. Alright, I found the right wrench. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to zoom in a little bit. Alright. And we'll fall down this way a little bit. Alright. Now, maybe we'll zoom out a little bit. Alright, here, that looks pretty good. Alright, now, it's a little bit high in the middle on the fretboard, so I want to loosen things up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn it so there's loosening it. I'm thankful to see that it is turning. Okay, I gave it just a little bit of a turn, so it wasn't really too far out. And now we're just going to kind of give it a little bit of a hand. Help it out a little bit, just kind of push it down a little bit. See, I'm holding it up on this end underneath here, and just sort of pushing down in the middle with this hand right here. Kind of pushing it in the direction I like it to go, you know, and put a little bit of hand warmth in it. Don't hurt it, you know. That wood likes to move when it's a little bit warmer. Okay, now we can take our straight edge and go across here. Yep, I like that a little bit better. It's got a couple of high frets though. That's why we're going to level it. Okay, and this side feels pretty good too, so I think that we got it where we want it. But there's one thing with truss rods: when you loosen them, you got to give it just a little to the tightening side. You got to give it just a, you know, to the tightening side, because you know it's kind of like your string. You want to tighten up to it. So I don't want to leave that sitting loose, because that will go south a little bit more. But I did tighten it, so I'm gonna push down on just a little bit there, you know. And I want to check it one more time just for posterity. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and level this fretboard off. So give me just a half a second, we'll be right back. Alrighty, now that we've double checked the neck, we're going to go ahead and we're going to level this fretboard out. And what we did is we have this big fat marker here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go over the top of each one of these frets with the marker. We're going to make a nice little black line right across each top one. And the thing about it is what we're going to do is we're going to take, we're going to get black across all the top of there. And then we're going to take this sanding block here that has some really old 600 paper on there that really doesn't take off hardly anything. But it does just work a little bit. And we're going to take all that black marker off there. And when we get all the black marker off, we know that the fretboard is all level. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to mark these all right good. And we're going to try not to get it off on the fretboard too. And as you're doing this, you can kind of feel the condition of the frets. And if you do get a little bit on the fretboard, it's no big deal. It'll come off. A little bit of rubbing alcohol will take that right off. Besides, once I get done with this fretboard, anything that I get on it is going to be gone, gone, gone. Hey, there we go. Just about. And there we go. All right. Now we're going to take our board here, and I kind of want to clean it off a little bit, so let me my rag. Okay. Now we're just going to kind of go over this, and we're going to feel, you know, this is all about feel. We'll give it a couple of passes, and then we will take a look. Might have to get our magnifying glass out and take a look at it like that. Okay? Well, let's see. Where are we wearing? Looks like we're wearing on the ends here, right through here. And then when we get to about here, it's dying off and picking up down here on this end. So that's telling me that it's a little bit low in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I am going to tighten this truss rod just a hair. Just that little tiny bit. Because I want this to be, see, this is telling me, you know, what it's looking like. So I want it to cut evenly across here. I don't want to have to take off hardly anything off these frets. I don't want to be sitting here all day standing on it. I just want to try to get it level. And I think that did help a little bit. We're getting there. I think maybe we need just a wee bit more help. See, that's one of the things, you know, you gotta just work a little bit. Which one? Get in there. Right there, we'll try that. Of course, my paper is getting pretty old. It's probably about time to change it. But you know, it does a nice smooth job. And I am definitely not going to take off too much material with this. So that's kind of the reason I like it too. I'd rather take my time with something that's a little bit too smooth for the job, you know. It ends up with nice smooth results too, though. See, I'm just a little bit low right in through there. Everywhere else I'm hitting, I just need a little bit of help right here in this area right here. Tell you what, we'll give this a little wipe off. We'll give that a wipe off too. There we go. Even though we're a little bit, you know, low right there still, I want to make sure we keep going over the whole board because we want this all to be the same level. Now, I've been going back and forth too. Another thing you can do is you can go back and forth this way. You know, because we're going against the scratches that we already been putting in, going the other way. No, there's nothing wrong with doing this. Let's see how we're cutting. We are just about down there. And you'll cut a little bit more evenly when you go this way than you go this way. Then you go this way, then you go that way. It'll give you a more even cut. And a leveler board. That's just one of those tricks that you learn from, you know, working in a body shop, you know. You see, we're just going over this foot. And I can feel how smooth this is getting. Let's check it. Man, where am I? Still need just a little bit right in there, don't I? Yeah, just a little bit. We're getting it. Tell you what, when I get this all nice and level, we'll be right back. Alright, we got all the black marker off of the fretboard, off the top of the frets. They're all nice and level now. Now the next thing that we want to do is we want to go over these fret ends. We want to make sure that we get those real nice and smooth. And I think we got the right tool for this right here. One of these. It ain't that one. Alright, let me find my tool, my file. It's a very important file. Let's see, it's got in here someplace too. Oh man. Alright, just like always, I'll be right back when I find it. Alrighty, found my fret end tool. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to take the ends of these frets right here. Right here. Oh, no, we'll do these ones. And we're going to take the ends of these frets right here, and we are going to round them over just a little bit. Now, they're not bad. They feel pretty good already, but we're going to take just that little bit of stuff off them right there. And basically, just what we're going to do here is we're going to come in here like this, and we're going to take this file, and we're going to kind of lay low on a low angle, and we're just going to kind of come in and round that over a little bit. And we're not putting really any pressure on the file itself. Now there's a little nub down there at the bottom corner. I don't think that's playing into it, but you want to start kind of low and come on over the top. Just trying to get all these smooth right over. And we do this on both sides of the fret and both sides of the fretboard. So, you know, it's a little bit of a tedious task, but it sure does make things a little bit, just that little tiny bit smoother across there. And it makes it feel just a little bit more friendly, and it feels a little bit more, it puts a little bit more mojo in it. So, when we get done going over all these frets, ends right here, filing them, then we'll come back and show you how we sand them down a little bit. Alrighty, well, we're back, and we got all the fret ends all filed over, and they feel much smoother right now, but you know, it could be a little smoother. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of sandpaper, and we're just going to kind of roll it over like this, and this is an old piece of sandpaper, and we're just going to kind of real lightly, just kind of go over the edge like this, and we're just trying to kind of get those ends. Not trying to get onto the fret itself, you know, just sort of going over the end a little bit. We're just using the edge of the paper so that we're not being too aggressive or anything like that. And we'll do that a little bit to the other side too. And nice and lightly. Sounds like the dog's got somebody outside. Somebody must be trying to escape. Just get right down there on the side a little bit. We want that to be smooth too. Now see, I'm just going to go a little bit, so I'm getting the top of that. Just a little bit. And I do this before we go ahead and smooth out the frets and polish the frets and junk like that, because, you know, I don't want to mess all that work up. Alright, now that I've done that with that piece right there, I got another piece that I'm going to go over and kind of do the same thing with. Only this piece is a lot smoother, and it's going to really help to just kind of put a nice little shine on all that. See, I'm running my finger over that. Man, you can't even really feel anything. You know, it's smooth. That's what we're looking for. SM Oud. It's like JB Smooth. If I'm allowed to say that. All right. That's feeling extra special. All right. Now for the coup de grace. Got a piece of 1500. We're going to give that just a little bit of a going over there. First piece was about a 320, an old piece of 320. And then the other piece was an old piece of 600. And this here is kind of an old piece of 1500. Yeah, we'll just kind of gradually go down. That way we're taking it, smoothing it out a little bit at a time. And that way it will be truly smooth. And see, now we can kind of go over this too. With this, we'll go over the fretboard too. A little bit. Okay. Now that we got the fret ends all copacetic. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, that feels real good. Man, but there is something right there. What is that? Something's bugging me. It tain't quite yet. Yeah, I don't like, there's a little tail in there somewhere. I don't like. You know, a lot of this is just feeling. You know, you gotta feel where the... You know, that's just a little catch on each one of these I missed. Oh, yeah. All right, now I'll get my piece of 600 back out because, you know, we got to go back out with that a little bit more. That shouldn't take too much. I've been making it just right. You know, you don't just go through the motions and go, okay, all right, now on the next step. No, you got to feel it, man. It's got to be right, man. Okay. All right, now that we got that done, we went ahead and we got all the frets all leveled. We got the fret ends done. Now we have to crown the frets, so we've got a nice little crown across the top of there. And I get out my crowning tool here, and we'll figure out which ones we need. Bada boom, bada bing. We need the medium Yep, we need the mediums right there, so that's right there. Okay, now basically what we're going to do is we're going to take this fret tool, we're going to go over the top of there. Now we flattened out the top of that fret. Now we're just going to kind of make a point on it so that when the string has something real nice and easy to go across. And see, I'm going to do this until it feels smooth, just like that. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do this to all the frets all the way across the fretboard. And we'll be right back when I'm done. Alright, we went over all the frets with the fret crowning tool here. You know, gave them all a good file off so they all have a nice little point on them. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take that old piece of 600 that we had and we're just going to kind of go over these a little bit. When we're starting to get some of the lines out of what was going on with it, you know, and we're going to go this way with it too, because we're trying to put a little bit of shine on it too now. We're going to start that process. So we're going back and forth. But then we're going to go this way too. Trying to get things smooth. Smooth fretboard's a happy fretboard. A happy fretboard makes happy players. Happy players make good sounds. Make sweet sounds with their instruments. Alright, now we went over with the 1500. See, it's already starting to get a little bit of a shine to it. And then we'll go over this way too. Oh yeah, she's gonna play nice. Alrighty. Just gonna give it one more overpass and just kind of really give it some smoothness. Okay. Alright. Now that we got that nice and smooth, what we're going to do next is we are going to take some good old-fashioned rubbing alcohol. We're going to squirt a little bit on a rag and we're going to clean off that fretboard real nice and clean. Okay. Now, I like rubbing alcohol because it gets in here, it gets all the grease and grime and stuff off, but doesn't soak into the wood real bad. It dries really fast, so you don't have to worry about it. You know, you're not soaking down the fretboard. It takes that old marker right off of there, so you don't have to worry about that. And a lot of times we'll clean the whole body and everything with this, with the rubbing alcohol, because it does such a good job. It cleans really good. You know, really better than anything that I know of. Get that real good and clean. Oh yeah. Nice and clean. Alright. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to get a little bit of our coconut oil. We're going to oil this up because it's been dry. Dry as the Sahara Desert. Probably hasn't had no oil on it or anything kind of loving on it for a long time. And you know, people say, you know, you can listen to some people and they'll say, hey, this, that, and the other thing. You know, I might say this, that, and the other thing. You know, what people use on their guitars is all preference. You know, and a lot of people hear from somebody else, they say, hey, use this stuff, use that stuff. Well, you know, I never really listened to all that stuff. I kind of used what I thought was going to be best. And the coconut oil, I like it because it's not like lemon oil. Lemon oil is an oil. You know, it's run, you pour it. You know what I mean? Coconut oil, you know, it's like a blizzard. You know, it ain't doing nothing. But when you put your fingers on it, it becomes a liquid. It gets, you know, it gets loose. It gets runny. And see, I'm rubbing this right into that fretboard real nice. But it's not soaking in. It's just getting the top. I don't want to get a whole bunch of oil and stuff down in there, loosening up those frets and all that stuff. You know, it doesn't need to be softened. It just needs to be hydrated a little bit, and that's exactly what this does. And we just let it sit on there for just a half a second. And we can go ahead and wipe that right off. And you can see just right there how much better it looks. Just, you know, puts a nice little mean shine on it, which is exactly what it needs. And you know, we might just let this sit here for a minute. Okay. Now, I got myself a little stuff in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of steel wool, take a piece of steel wool here, and we're going to, first of all, we're going to cover up this pickup here. I don't want to, and I'm not even going to get down that close. But we're going to come up here and we're just going to kind of go over these frets a little bit. And I'm going over the fretboard too. I want to kind of smooth out some of that. I got that hydration in there, but I kind of want to just go over it a little bit with this. Steel wool. And what we're doing is we're just kind of smoothing out the fretboard a little bit. And I know I'm kind of ruining my job that I just put the hydration in there, but I didn't want to go grinding no more stuff in there. And I like to keep things, I think the wood's going to react a little bit better if it's got some hydration in it, you know. That's where I'm going with that. Now this is smoothing the wood out, so that when you bend a note, it's going to bend real nice and easy, because the wood's smooth. I'm trying to pay special attention to getting on the top of that fret. All right, we got that real good. Okay, now we're gonna take our rag, over it like that. You can feel those are getting pretty smooth. They're getting pretty smooth. But we're not done yet. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get out of that trusty drill here. And I got a buffing pad. Where's my buffing pad? Here we go. There's the old buffing pad. And we are going to basically polish this up a little bit. So let's get this one right here. Alright. Get that around there. I want to make sure I know which direction the thing is turning here, so that I can go off the fretboard, not, you know, cut into it. So sometimes right up here, I'm just going to go up and down it. Alright, that's all we need to do right there. We got the, ooh, dang, that is smooth. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to take our rag. Where's our rag? Right over here. We're just going to go over this one more time. Wipe it down. See, we're getting some black stuff off there. That's what we want to see, some black junk. That's what those the frets are going to give you when you polish them. They make stuff turn black. Alright. Now we're going to take us a little more coconut oil. Just kind of go over this sucker. And I'll get some in there. Rehydrate it one more time. Make it look beautiful. When we get done doing this one more time, we'll be on to the next thing. Just about done. Well, folks, we got the fretboard all done. Got it all polished up real nice. It's feeling real good and smooth. We gave it a buff job. We gave it, you oiled it down real nice and stuff like that. Now I think it's time to put some strings on there. And you know what we got to do? You know what kind of strings we use, don't you? Yep, that's right. The Ernie Ball Slooper Slinky. Yeah, 9242s. That's the ones that were the official strings of Mojo Shop Guitar. So that's what we're going to go ahead and put it on right here. There you go. Hey man, what's going on? All right, let's get busy. These strings are hermetically sealed. Been on funk and wag those front porch since noon this morning. All right. Oh, snip snap. We're not ready for no strings yet. Who am I kidding? We gotta go through a bridge. Get that looking straight. Strings all messed up in it. It's not clean. Looks like it might be intonated. And we gotta go through this too and clean this up a little bit. So, tell you what, give me half a second. We'll go clean this up and I'll be right back. Alright, we're back in business. Started to put some strings on this sucker. I was going to try to top wrap it, but, you know, it wasn't. Top wrap is kind of a funny thing because the string, the wound part of the string wants to stick out too far and wrap around the whole thing. You know, and I won't fool around with all that. It's not my guitar, so, you know, we'll just string it up the regular way. But yeah, we're getting them on there. We'll get both sides started at once. There we go, one time over the top, the rest over the bottom. And we'll hold that sucker right down there while it wraps up. And we'll make sure we cut these off, these extra ends off too. Good. Come on now. Alright. Alright, we'll start to get some strings on. So, let's go ahead and put some strings on it. And once we get the strings all on, we can come back and we'll start testing it out to make sure that everything's playing just the way it should be. Alright, we got strings on her, but we've got to set the string height now. So we got our little popsicle stick, which is at 2 millimeters. That's how thick we know that is. So we're going to go ahead and raise this side up a little bit till we get it to 2 millimeters. And we're going to be real careful not to mess up this wheel here. And we're going to measure this right at the 12th fret. I don't have a lot of tension on this, so it shouldn't be too hard for it to get the string to go up. So let's see what we can do here. Alright, that's a nice little tight, touchy 2. It's more like about 1.9, 1.8, 1.9. Okay, we'll do one on this side here. See, 12 bar right there. See. bit high. Perfect. Okay, we got 1.6 and we got 1.8. And we got 2. I think that raised that side. By raising the other one side, I raised this side up a little bit. See, you know, we always go back and recheck our measurements. I like that right there. That's just brushing with disaster a little bit right there. Just brushing. Okay, so now that we get that done, now we can go ahead and we can set our pickup height. And I want to set my pickup height at about 3 millimeters. So that seems to be consensus for everything. So we're going to get in here, we're going to adjust these up just a little bit. Yeah, we're going to get it so she's playing nice and soft and smooth. Perfect. And that one has to come up about a mile. Close. Okay, let's see what it does when we go to the other side here. That side's tight. I'm going to take this side down. And this side I can leave a little tight, you know. This is the smaller side. Not that tight. Right there. Okay. We'll come back down here, see how this is looking. Up just a little bit. Up just a little bit. A little bit more. Let's see what that's looking like. Down just a smidgen. Alright. We got our saddle height. Let me check this side one more time. Always pressing down, right? Alright. That's a little tight. Try that. A little loose. Whoop, right there. Okay. Now, all right, let's attempt. We're gonna attempt to put a tune on these things. Okay. So, tell you what we're gonna do is we'll be right back. We're gonna tune these up, and then we're gonna stretch them. Alright folks, it's getting time to wrap this one up because, well, we had to go back through and tweak it a little bit. You know, you get it together and then you try it and you play it and you go over it and you just make sure that everything is just the way it's supposed to be. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this pick guard back on there. And you know, maybe we can do a little something special with that pick guard right there. I think we might be able to. Well, we try a little bit of our real fine polishing compound down there. We're going to polish this up a little bit. We'll take a little polishing compound after this and we'll see if we can't get it shined up. So just give me half a second. Alright folks, we got her all done. She's looking good. She's looking beautiful. Look at that. Look how that pick guard shines. We just bumped it up a little bit, put a little wax on it. It just, you know, it takes a little common sense. We put a little car polish on the paint. You know, we didn't really do the tuning much to the back because, you know, the back is already beautiful. You know, I don't want to mess with that. But everything looks really, really nice. All up and down the end. Got the headstock looks real nice. And man, she plays every note plays perfectly in tune up and down that neck. You know, we were afraid we were going to put a new nut in it or something like that, but nope. It plays real nice. Real nice. And, you know, it's got a real nice little noise to it. Sounded much better. It's a beautiful guitar. Yeah, it sounds real good. Alright, but tell you what, we got this looking nice. How about we go over and we get that case looking nice too, so that we have a matching pair of nice things. Okay, so we're going to take this baby, and we're going to set it on the stand here, because woo, man, it is looking beautiful now. Oh, he's going to be so happy. Look at that, it's just shining. You know what? You know why it's shining? Cause it's got some mojo, baby. Woo! Like a tuxedo. Okay, let's get some of this mess cleaned up. Oh man, when I get to going, I'm just dumping this stuff out. There, it's in there somewhere. You know. All right, let's see what we can do about getting that case looking nice. Tell you what, let's get that. Let's get ready for that. Be right back. Alright, well here's our case. You know, it's not looking too bad, but it is a little bit grungy. You know, it's got a little dirt on it, still got the sticker on it and stuff like that. It's a little bit dusty, seen better days. We're going to get her all cleaned up. We're going to take it in the laundry room, get her all cleaned up, armor all it, shine it, make it look like a brand new penny. We'll be back when it's done. Well, we got the case all cleaned up. Man, look at how shiny it is. Beautiful all the way around. Got all the white marks off of it. Got it all cleaned up, just extra special. The side of it looks beautiful. Man, it's beautiful. But there are a few things that we still want to do. I got a couple of tricks up my sleeve still. And one of them is we got to put a Mojo Shop sticker on this thing. And we also are going to give it a certificate of authenticity. Because, you know, this here is an official Mojo Shop guitar. You know, we're going to make an official one. So we're going to give it a name, and, well, maybe we'll let the owner give it a name and everything like that. So, how about we, let's get us out a sticker here. Just a second. Alright, well, here we are. Let's try to stick this sticker in here, but I don't want to cover up the Epiphone custom part there, so we're gonna have to sneak this sucker right in there in between, right in there like that there. That looks pretty good right there. Bam! It's official. She's a Mojo Shop guitar right there. Bam! That makes it official. Okay, man, we got to strum it. Oh yeah, still sounds good. Alright. Let's make a certificate of authenticity for it. Well, here we are, folks. We got her all done. We got all the bugs worked out. Everything's playing just perfect. There's no problem whatsoever. The only thing is that one pickup is way louder than the other one. But you know how that goes. But it sure does sound good, doesn't it? That's the neck pickup. Nice full sound. Everything's on 10. Here we are in the middle position. That the bridge pickup's way high. Here we go with the bridge. This is that full, beautiful sound. Sure does sound good. But hey, I wonder what it's going to sound like with a little bit of something going on with it. We'll try to give that a whirl. What do you say? Whoa, we don't want that, do we? Got me in a... Let's try it again. I figured we'd try it out with something a little bit smoother. Maybe a little distortion on it. What do you say? See what she sounds like. She's a contender. It ended up being a beautiful build. It's got a beautiful case. It's a beautiful thing. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can get every time I got a video come out, you know about it first. Okay? So, we got another successful build here. Hopefully another happy customer when he comes and sees it and plays it. And we're going to say adios for now from Mojo Shop Guitar. Baby. Thank you for watching Mojo Shop Guitar. Please like.